All right, guys, this week we're going to be talking about personal health. It's actually going to be broken into 2 different weeks of health. The PowerPoint got a little more extensive than I thought it was. I was trying to kind of condense it all into one, but I didn't want to make you answer like 50 questions. So this will be the first 25 slides for this week's assignment, and then we will save the other half for a different week. All right, so this week is going to really talk about your teeth, skin, and hair, which are 3 really important things that we need to take really good care of on our body. So by the end of this, you're going to be able to recognize ways to keep your teeth and gums healthy. You probably already have some prior knowledge about this, I hope. Identify ways to take care of your skin. Describe how to care for your hair and nails. So, your personal hygiene. Your first question, define hygiene. If you care about your appearance, you care about your personal hygiene. And hygiene is just simply the actions that you take to improve or maintain your health. It is definitely more than just, showering. There's a lot more that goes into keeping up your hygiene. It even gets as far into washing your clothes. That is an important thing to do. So we're going to talk about the teeth and the gums first. These are just parts of your teeth and gums. If you go to the dentist, they might say you need a crown on your tooth, and that literally means that this part of your tooth that we can see needs to be covered because you probably have, or replaced completely, because you probably have a cavity that is in that tooth. And then working our way down, you have something called the neck, and that connects the crown to the root. The root is what is in the gums of your teeth, holding your teeth into your mouth. Once you lose your baby teeth, you want your adult teeth to have strong gums and roots so that you don't lose them because they will not grow back. Enamel is the hard material that covers the crown of your tooth, and we'll talk about that more later. You also have something called dentin, which is bone-like material surrounding the pulp, and your pulp is the inner part of your tooth. It's soft, sensitive tissue that has your nerves and blood vessels in it. This is what is going to be infected and hurt really bad when you get a cavity. So, this is the outside of your tooth, what most teeth look like. You have the crown, which is the part we can see. This little middle part is called the neck. It's kind of where our neck is, if that's easy to remember. And then you have the root, which is deep down into your gums. If you see over here, the neck is also somewhat covered by the gums. Then we talked about the 3 layers. You have your enamel, that's the white outer part of your tooth. This is what slowly gets kind of chipped away at, and you lose the toughness of your enamel when you eat sugary foods and don't brush your teeth. Then you have that dentin, that middle layer, and if you get a cavity that's coming through your tooth, then it eats through your enamel, eats through the dentin, and gets to the pulp. This is where those nerves and blood vessels are, and it's going to hurt really bad, and that's why cavities hurt. So, what are the main functions of our teeth and gums? You probably know most of these, but your teeth make it possible for you to chew and grind your food. If you didn't have teeth, you wouldn't be able to eat like meat. You'd pretty much be on either like a liquid-based diet, or someone would have to grind your food up in like a blender for you. It also aids in forming certain speech sounds. It would be really hard to talk without your teeth. We know your tongue forms most of your speech, but your tongue pushes off of your teeth a lot, and so you wouldn't talk as well without your teeth. And it gives structure to your mouth. If you've ever seen a movie or like commercial where someone takes their dentures out, their mouth gets really kind of droopy and saggy looking because they removed their teeth. So that gives a lot of structure to your mouth. Your gums anchor your teeth in your mouth and keeps them in place. And just a fun fact, about 3/4 of your tooth is kept in the gum. So again, the only part that's sticking out is the crown, and that's only about 1/4 of your tooth. Tooth decay and gum problems. Tooth decay begins with the formation of something called plaque on your teeth. And this is something that gets on your teeth every single day. If you take your fingernail and scrape at your tooth, if something comes off, that is the plaque. It's a soft, colorless, sticky film that has bacteria that will grow on your teeth, usually left behind by, food particles, drinking things, not brushing often enough. The germs in the plaque is what causes bad breath, along with other things. Like if you eat garlic, obviously just the scent of and the taste of the garlic, your breath will smell like garlic. But when people have really bad breath, it's usually because they have a lot of plaque built up on their teeth. If this plaque is left on your teeth, the germs combined with sugar. So when you drink your Mountain Dews and you eat your candies, if you have that plaque on your teeth, they're going to form an acid that causes tooth decay and gum disease. That's why it's really important if you do indulge, in pop or candy, that you brush your teeth shortly after. You don't want to, chug a bunch of Mountain Dew and then fall asleep and leave it to eat away at your teeth overnight. Unremoved plaque will eventually harden and form something called tartar. So if you don't brush your teeth for, days on end, or you brush them once a week, you're going to get tartar on your teeth, and only a dental hygienist can remove that from your teeth. That's why it's important to also see the dentist on a regular basis, which we'll talk about a little more here. There are 3 stages of tooth decay. That's a question on your homework. The answer is 3. Boom, there you go. The bacteria in the plaque, again, you get plaque on your teeth just from normal eating and drinking throughout the day. It combines with sugars and forms a harmful acid. Again, there's natural sugar in fruit too. So if you're having apples and things like that, there's natural sugar in there that would also be an issue. Or if you're, drinking orange juice that has a ton of sugar in it, or apple juice, milk has sugar. It's not just the Mountain Dew. But again, the acid eats into the enamel, which was that hard white outer part of your tooth. So that's stage 1. If you think about the stages as being those 3 layers of your tooth, it'll be easy to remember. Step 2, basically, if you keep repeating these acid attacks and step 1 keeps reoccurring, eventually the enamel is going to have a cavity form, which is basically a hole in your tooth. Stage 3 of tooth decay, if the cavity grows and reaches the sensitive, again, those inner parts of your teeth, it's going to cause tooth decay, and it's going to hurt really bad. So this is a picture of the stages of tooth decay. Again, if you think of that 3 layers of your teeth, but step 1, we just have some early decay. Basically, it's on the enamel, and the damage is reversible in stage 1. So if you go to the dentist and start taking care and brushing your teeth and using fluoride and mouthwash and things like that, we can save it from here. If you keep repeating this process, however, and it eats away to that second layer of your tooth, you're going to feel the cavity. You're going to probably have symptoms. You might not. You might go to the dentist and they'll say you have a cavity, and you might have no idea because it hasn't quite reached those nerves. But this would be where you would need a filling in your tooth just to fill the hole and stop it so that it doesn't reach that inner layer. And then we have stage 3, where the decay has spread into the nerves, and it usually is like the severe toothache. And this is where you need a root canal, or they will just pull your tooth out. When I was little, I had a really bad cavity in my baby teeth. I like to eat like those hard suckers and eat candy just like any other kid, and they basically said, because it was a baby tooth, that they were just gonna rip it out of my mouth. So I take a lot better care of my adult teeth now. Hopefully you do too. This is what healthy teeth look like. They're nice and white. Look at the enamel. It's beautiful. Here's like some mild tooth decay. It might not even look black, but it usually does. Hopefully your teeth aren't black. Here's some moderate decay. Gross. And this would be severe tooth decay. Again, the teeth are pretty much non-existent. More pictures. This is kind of what the top of your crown looks like, and then over time it'll get worse, 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 and worse. Here's a huge cavity. Gross. Some other signs of tooth decay: if you have browning around the tops of your teeth, or this plaque. This is probably tartar right here building up on the teeth. Not very cute. Keeping your teeth and gums healthy, super important to brush and floss your teeth. I'm not a dentist, but believe what they say when you need to brush and floss your teeth. Also, eating right. You need calcium. Things found in dairy products and milk. Your teeth are bones, and your bones are strengthened by calcium. And then stay away from sugar as much as possible, because again, it's the sugar that is kind of teaming up with the bacteria left on your teeth and your plaque that's eating away at them. And then you need regular dental checkups. You're supposed to go every 6 months, because if you catch the cavities early in those stages where maybe you don't have tooth pain, then they can just give you a quick filling and they won't have to extract your entire tooth. And if you have any tartar buildup, they can take that off. Only a dentist can take off tartar. All right. I will start talking about skin and hair in part 2 of the video, because I will get cut off at 15 minutes here.